Peeking is a crucial skill in PUBG Mobile that allows you to get a better view of your surroundings while minimizing your exposure to enemy fire. Mastering the peek function can give you a significant advantage in gunfights, enabling you to engage enemies more effectively while staying protected. Here's a detailed guide on how to peek in PUBG Mobile. To start, ensure that the peek function is enabled in your game settings. Open PUBG Mobile and go to the Settings menu. Under the Basic tab, you'll find an option labeled Peek and Fire. Make sure this option is turned on. There are also two additional settings, Peek and Open Scope, and Lean Mode. Peek and Open Scope allows you to automatically aim down sights as when peeking, which can be useful for quick engagements. Lean Mode gives you the choice between tapping to lean toggle or holding to lean hold. Choose the setting that feels most comfortable for your playstyle. Once you've enabled peeking, you'll notice two buttons appear on either side of your screen while in a match. These are your peek buttons, typically labeled as a left arrow and a right arrow. To peek, simply tap and hold one of these buttons. The left button allows you to lean and peek to the left, while the right button lets you lean and peek to the right. When you release the button, your character will return to a neutral, upright position. Practice using these buttons to get a feel for how much of your character is exposed while peeking. Peeking is particularly useful when you're behind cover, such as a wall, tree, or rock. Instead of exposing your entire body, you can lean out just enough to get a visual on your target and take a shot. This reduces your chances of getting hit while still allowing you to engage enemies. To make the most of peeking, always position yourself so that your cover fully protects your body when not peeking. Only lean out when you're ready to fire or scout the area. When peeking, it's essential to be mindful of your movement and positioning. If you stand still for too long, you become an easy target for snipers or other enemies with a clear line of sight. Try to combine peeking with quick movements. For instance, you can peek, fire a few shots, then quickly duck back behind cover and move to a slightly different position before peeking again. This makes it harder for opponents to predict your actions and land a shot on you. Advanced players often use peeking in combination with strafing and crouching to make themselves even harder to hit. You can peek while strafing left or right to maintain some movement, making you a more difficult target. Additionally, crouching while peeking can reduce your character's profile, giving you better control over your shots and making you less visible to enemies. Experiment with these combinations to find what works best for you in different situations. Peeking is also incredibly effective when combined with scoped weapons. When you lean out to peek, using a scope can help you aim more accurately at distant targets. If you have Peek and Open Scope enabled, your scope will automatically activate when you peek, allowing you to line up your shot faster. This is particularly useful in long-range engagements where precision is key. Remember to adjust your sensitivity settings to ensure smooth control while peeking and aiming down sights. Finally, it's important to stay unpredictable when using the peek function. If you repeatedly peek from the same side or the same piece of cover, your opponent can anticipate your movements and land a pre-aimed shot. Vary your peeking patterns by switching sides, using different angles, and mixing in fake peeks where you quickly lean out without firing. This keeps your opponents guessing and increases your chances of winning the engagement. By mastering the peek function in PUBG Mobile, you can significantly improve your effectiveness in gunfights and enhance your overall gameplay. Practice these techniques regularly, and you'll find yourself becoming a more formidable opponent on the battlefield, capable of outsmarting and outmaneuvering your enemies with ease.